Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In the series of learning C programming, we are discussing files in C, or we can say we are discussing file handling in C. In the previous video, we have discussed how to write into the file, how to write character into the file, how to write string to the file, and how to write the combination of different data into the file. There, we have discussed it. There are three functions: putc function, fputc function, fputs function, and fprintf function. They are working of all these three functions which are used for writing to the file, have been thoroughly and minutely discussed in previous video. क्योंकि अच्छे परान फाइल सीएस मुझ पत्मिस वीडियोस मुझ उच्चास कि उसके क्या है को फाइल पर कम एंटर करे लिखित कम फाइल पर उसके है को डाटा फाइल पर ट्रेड तो उस स्टेटस ट्रेड फाइल करे स्टेटस डिफरेंट फंक्शंस करे स्टेटस डिस्कस putc discuss fputs and fprintf. That all have been discussed thoroughly in that video. And in today's video, we will discuss how to read from a file. That means how we can read the contents of the file. The contents which are already present in the file, how we could print those contents. How we can print those contents on the output screen. That will be discussed in today's video with the help of the program very minutely and thoroughly. So, our today's topic is how to read from a file. There are two, or we can say three functions which are used for reading contents from the file. Those are the fgetc function and fgets function and fscanf function. In today's video, we will discuss the working of two functions. That means fgetc function and fgets function very minutely and thoroughly. So first of all, for example, this is our hard disk. We know that files are stored in the hard disk. This is our hard disk, and obviously, whenever we want to perform an operation on the files, we have to load them into the main memory, and this is our RAM. Okay. For example, in the hard disk, there is a file. Suppose we have a file on the hard disk. Suppose by name abc.txt. This is a file which is already existing in the hard disk, and whenever we want to perform any operation on that, it must be loaded first into the main memory in the buffer. For example, this is our buffer because some memory will be allocated by the memory manager for this file in the main memory in the RAM. This is a buffer, and in the buffer we have to create first of all a file pointer. This is a file pointer, and this is the object of type file, and this is the buffer. Okay. So now, first of all, here I will write a program. I will write man. First, we have to create a file pointer by file asterisk pt or equal to null. Initially, I have initialized this file pointer by null. Initially, this file pointer, that means this ptr the pointer which contains address of a variable of type file. And for example, this is the variable file variable, and this is our ptr. This ptr contains the address of this variable, and it's a buffer. First it will be loaded into the main memory. Whenever we want to perform an operation on this file, it must be loaded into the main memory. For example, the contents of this are loaded into the memory, and the address of this is stored here, which is going to be stored here and then here. So this all will be done, which we have already discussed in the previous videos, that this all is going to be done by using the instruction f when we open the file. For example, f open. First off, we have to specify these are arguments. We know that f open takes two arguments. First, the name of the file, and second one, the mode in which we want to open that file. Whether we want to open that file in the write mode, or whether we want to open that file in the read mode, or in the append mode, or any other mode. For example, here we have a file ABC. So abc.txt I will write here. Then mode, we want to, mode of this file is read mode. Because here we assume that already the file exists. This file exists and we want to open it in the read mode. Whenever we, and it will return this line f open abc.txt in the read mode will return a pointer ptr. That means it will these two will return an address of this file type variable abc, and that is going to be stored in this ptr. Okay. Now, for example, suppose this file contains Yousuf. The contents of this file is Yousuf. Here we assume that we have already created a file in the hard disk. We have already created a file which contains the contents Yousuf, and that is by name abc.txt. Now we want to print that file. We want to read that file. We can say we want to read the contents of that file. Contents from that file. That means we want to print the contents of that file on the output screen. How that is going to be done? First, here we will see the working of the function fgetc function. Fget, this function, first of all, what this function does, what is the working of this function? This function will print the character by character, one character at a time. This function is used to print the character, and if we want to read one character from the file, single character, we can say single character from the character by character from the file, at that time we use fgetc. And what's the syntax? First of all, we will check. Here, we will check if file exists or not. If file exists, then we will read that file. Otherwise, we could not read the file, contents of that file. If file does not exist there, how we can now read the contents of that file? So, first of all, we should check if the file exists in the hard disk or not. How we can check? First, if ptr is the pointer, equal to null. That means if ptr equal to null. That means if ptr is null, that means if here is a null, that means this pointer, null means it does not contain the address of any file. It does not contain the address of any file. Then obviously the file is not in the hard disk. क्योंकि गोडने से चेक करें क्या ptr छ null, अगर ptr is null, that means अखमुचिन कुनी file का address. यदि address ही कुनी that means file छ न कहीं. So यदि file is we cannot read the contents of that file. उसका कुन तन्य file hin content read करे. So it will print us a message whatsoever we want to print a file not exist, or it will show some error message. यहाँ इसका error message, and it will exit. That is it. First condition is if file does not exist, how would we know that file does not exist? If ptr contains null, if in ptr ptr is equal to null, that means the file does not exist. That means the ptr does not contain the address of any file. When ptr does one pointer, because we have already discussed it, that we can perform any operation on the file by using the pointer, file pointer. ptr is the file pointer. If it does not contain the address of any variable, then how we can access the contents of that file? How we can read the content of that file? So if it contains null, that means file does not exist, and it will show some error. It may show some error, then exit. Otherwise, if file exists, that means if ptr does not contain null, it contains the address of some file, like this. Here, in this case, it contains the address of the file abc.txt. So how we can read the contents from the file, contents of the file? First, whatsoever we want to read. For example, if we want to read the first character, we know I have told you that fgetch reads the single character from the file, one character at a time from the file. Now that character must be stored in the main memory. In the main memory, there must first of all we have to declare a variable for that where that character will get stored, and after that we could print that variable. So first of all here we have to create a variable. We have to declare a variable ch. For example, ch is a variable which will store here. For example, here it is ch is under variable which will store that character. Which will store that character. Here we can say get c. The syntax get c. If we read one character from the file, and after get c we have to write the name of the fgetc, file get c, fgetc, file get c, and then the name of the pointer equal to ch. This fgetc will return the first character from this file. From the file whose address is stored in this PTR. That means in this case, the PTR stores the address of the file abc.txt. So this fgetch will return the first character. That means y. In this case, y. It will return y, and that y will get stored in the variable ch. Now this ch contains y. Right here I will write ch now contains y. Simply we will print this by using the printf function %c and ch. That is it. %c and ch and f. Obviously pt or. Obviously, after performing this operation, we must close the file. That's f close ptr, and it will erase the data of this file here. So, if we want to read a single character from the file, we can use simply the fgetc function. Now, what fgetc function does? It returns a single character. It reads the single character from the file. It returns a single character from the file. In this case, it returns only one character from the fgetc. Fgetc, it returns a single character from the file. But now the question is, for example, if we want to read the entire file. For example, in this case, this file contains yousuf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters it contains. We want to read all these characters from the file. Then how we can read those files? By using this fgetc function. I have told you that fgetc function is used to read a single character from the file. But if we want to, it will in this case obviously it learns the single character, first character, that is y. For example, if we want to return all the characters, if we want to read all the characters from the file by using this fgetc, obviously we have to use the loops. We have to make the use of the loops. अगर ये आसान है, मैं वो fgetc है single character, a character कराएं at a time read from the file. So in this case, you can see that current of character that y go read, y go can print के output screen पर. मगर अगर ये आसान सारी character करें, तब साथ क्या करो उस? यह एक function use करें, तब साथ करो इस्तेमाल loops. For example, your time will study here. What we have to do? We will only while, right, the while loop, while file EOF, end of file PT, or while end of file PTR. Here I have written the while loop, I have used the while loop, while file end of file. That means, what is end of file? End of file is a /0. That means lost zero, null character. जब तक null character ना हो किसका PTR तब तक print PTR, printf, we can use simply %printf %c ch No, sorry. Here we are going to use the that kind of function. Gets C, fgetc, pt, fgetch, ptr, printf, %c, ch, and that's it. File close. Simply, we can use this instruction. File end of file. After returning this one, for example, first off it will check while file is end of file. File is not end of file because it is void. That means file is false. It is false. Then false it will return 0. Take care. If this condition evaluate is false, the control will not go into the body of this loop. So, in order it is false. That means it will not print, it will not execute this function. So, here we have to modify this here. While not and file end of file, जब तक file end of file न हो, तब तक ये चलता जाएगा. Are you getting? That means file not end of file. Why not end of file is not a slash 0? Because slash 0 shows that is the end of file. So it will enter here fgetch, fgetc, the character, first character will get, y will get print. It will take first character, that is y. Printf ch will get printed, y. And after that, it will go back here. While not end of file, file is not yet end of file, is o, it will get o printed, not, and similarly then u, then y, then s. And after reaching the here end of file, this it will terminate the loop and file will get closed. So we can also read all the contents of the file by using fgetch, by using the loops. I now hope that you have understood how to read the contents of the file by using this fgetc function. Now, there is another method, another function which is used to read entire file and contents of the entire file. That is the fgets. For example, fgets. Here I will write this. fgets. For example, syntax writing fget s. This fget s takes 3 arguments. This fget s takes 3 arguments. First, the name of the string, because whatsoever is going to be returned from here, it must be first stored somewhere. For that, we have to create a string. For example, here I am going to declare a string str, for example, of size 6. Okay. It will take first the string where it will get stored, the contents will get stored, and after that we will print that string. Then it will take the how many characters you want to, how much string you want to read at a time. For example, here, it contains the use of y, o, u, s, u, f. For example, you want to read 3 characters at a time, y, o, u. Then here you have to specify the size, length of the strings. How much string you want to read from the file at a time. How much content you want to read from the file at a time. That you have to specify here. In this case, at present, I want to read 3 characters, y, o, u. So here I have, because instead of 3, I have to specify here 4. I will tell you that also. 4. And then after that, we have to write this. And simply then print %s. Name of the string is str, and that is it. So, take care. String. Here I have declare, first of all, I have to declare a string here whose size is 6. Whose size is 6. And after that, back here, by using the fgets function, str is the name of the string where the contents of this will get stored. I have 4, but only 3 characters will get printed. Y-O-U. Instead of 4, only the 3 characters will get printed. Why? Because the last one is called the null character. Last one is called the null character. If you want to store 6 characters, you have to specify the size 7. If you want to store the 8 characters, if you want to read the 8 characters, that you have to specify this language here 9. 1 more than the actual size length of this string you want to read. You have to specify here. But not more than the size of this buffer. Here I have declared this character string of size 6. But if I specify here 7, it will show me an error. It will show me an error because here I have specified the size of the string 6 and here I am reading the 7 characters. Oh, that's not. We have to take care of this. Whenever we want to read the contents of the file by using this fgets function, here we have to take the care of this. We should not write the here length of the string more than the size of the buffer. For example, if here is 6, we can only up to 6. For example, here at present, I have specified here how many characters will get printed. Read 1, 2, 3, Y-O-U, S-U, S-U, bus. Whenever I print, these 5 characters will get printed on the output string by this printf %s string. Okay, and then file close. But if we want to read the entire string, for example, I am delivering compute C lectures. Then if we want to read the entire string from this hard disk and then I want to print that on the output screen, how I can do that by using this fgets function. So we can also write this by using, for example, if I increase the size of 50, then how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That means total number of 23, including the null character. Total number of the characters are 23. I have specified here the size 50. So if I write here, for example, instead of this 23, how many characters will get printed? How many characters will get printed by this? Only, take care, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Only 13 characters will get printed. That means the string from I am delivering C up to this, because here I have stored a new line. Here new line character. Whenever this compiler whenever it encounters the new line character, it will stop. It will stop the reading the contents from the file. New line. So I am delivering C. Only the contents from I am delivering C here will get printed by using these instructions. क्योंकि ये साथ कि अगर मैं for example मैं हो थ्रो इतना size तो ये जन ये total size थ्रो क्योंकि मैं वो सारी गठन print मगर गच क्या खाली गठन में ये तो पन I am delivering C that means खाली थ्रोआ character गठन में print क्या है ये जन ची गठन new line character क्या ये बस ये तो दिस line पे फॉर्म ये साथ कि ये function new line character बिल्कुल लाइव it will stop working. You can say and one can be read. Okay. So only the I am delivering C will get printed by these instructions on my output screen. Now, for example, I want to read all these characters, all the file at a time. Then how I can do? At that time, I can also use the loops. by using the loops and this function, we could read all the file, entire file, by using this fgets function. So take care how. Instead of this, I could write here. While the loop not file end of file. While not file end of file. And here the file pointer, which is pt, or you could write now fgets. First, I have to write the name of the string, that is str. Then, how many characters you want to read at a time. For example, I want to 8 characters at a time. And then the name of the pointer, that is pt, or after that I could print a percentage s st r and file close ptr, and that is it. Take care. For example, here I have specified now the size of this buffer. The size of this string is 9. That means only 9 characters it will hold online. What will happen? First, it will check this loop, condition of this loop. File end of file ptr. What is the ptr? ptr contains the address of the string. Here, address of this file. It contains file not end of file. I is the first word. That I is the first character. That it is not the end of the file. So it will return false, and not will turn false into true. So the condition is true. Then it will get fgets string, and it will print for 8 characters. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means I am Delvic. Here it will get printed, and after that it will print these, and after that it will again check while not end of file. The E file is not end of file because there are still the characters left, and it will print next file, next characters. It will print next 8 characters, and then next up to it will find the end of file, null character. So in this way, we could print the entire file. We can read the entire file from the entire contents of entire file from the file and contents of that file. क्योंकि अगर ऐसे वुचुन आसे अगर ऐसे इतने फॉर एग्जांपल उसी ऐसा सारी फाइल करें गसेस प्रिंट कर या फाइल में यमति कंटेंट छी तिम गसेस प्रिंट गसिन तो तम साथ हको बाय यूजिंग द fgets फंक्शन तम साथ क्या करो तम साथ करो लूप सिस्टम लूप समझ क्या करो ये करो ये कैलकुलेट तो ताने एंड ऑफ फाइल गछि तो तान गसन 8 कैरेक्टर प्रिंट परसन बे और तिमासन प्रिंट परसन बे जो तान एंड ऑफ फाइल स्लैश 0 ये लाइक ये स्लैश 0 लाइक you get fitness files to then print comes as file to file that's it close. I have no hope that you have understood the working and how working of this fgets function and fgets function. Both I have discussed the working of these two functions, and these two functions are used to read the contents of the file. And another function, which is the formatted input function or formatted function, that is the fscanf function. Inshallah, that will be discussed in next videos. Until I hope now you have understood how to read the contents from the file, what is the use of this fgets function and fgets function, and what is the use of this fopen function and fclose function. And inshallah in the next video we will discuss some more concepts regarding the files. Till next video, take care, bye bye.